The story of the predatory shark attack. The simple notice of sharks these days can make many individuals dread and frenzy, however it dislikes this many years prior. The mid-year of 1916 AD was the defining moment in the perspective on these fish and its supplanting with a view other than the one that the world is familiar with. This is a result of the series of shark assaults that occurred during 12 days of the late spring of that year, which spread frenzy and fear everywhere, and made the shark gain a terrible standing in every single human culture, and abandoned a simple fish to a jaw hunter. Swimming was still moderately new in the sea throughout the late spring of 1916. Individuals were going to the ocean side to invest energy and unwind. And in spite of the fact that they realized there were sharks in the sea, they were to a great extent uninterested. They used to imagine that those sharp teeth that you gain are just for hunting their prey, and obviously people are not among this prey, as they are too huge to even think about preying. Yet that view adjusted over the direction of just 12 days, when a progression of shark assaults along the New Jersey shore killed 4 individuals and truly harmed 1 individual. The principal casualty was 25-year-old Charles Incenses. At the point when he went out for a dip in the evening in Haven Beach, New Jersey, something snatched his leg and tore an enormous piece of meat from it. Charles drained to death. There was vulnerability about a shark eating a human. Some even proposed perhaps it was an ocean turtle that made it happen. The sharks in those waters were by and large innocuous by what a great many people knew, and just a brief time after the principal assault, 45 miles north of Haven Beach, in Spring Lake, a shark, most likely a similar fish, got another casualty. Dread started to spread and shark assaults began standing out as truly newsworthy. Beachgoers started to go into the water with more strain and uneasiness. And sadly 2 additional individuals lost their lives surprisingly. The accompanying assaults occurred in an inland river in excess of a mile from the closest strait, where a shark was gobbled up by a shark. An 11-year-old kid, when somebody attempted to save him, was lethally assaulted. Later that very day, a youngster was harmed after a shark assaulted his leg and was the main overcomer of the deadly shark assaults, and just 2 days after the fact, when 2 men were fishing close to Catalan Creek, they killed a shark that many accepted was the culprit. Researchers affirmed that the dangerous fish seized by the anglers was a white shark. It was accounted for that while looking at the stomach of the shark, around 15 pounds of human tissue was found. The legitimacy of these charges is as yet in uncertainty, and albeit those assaults that occurred in the mid-year have finished, the feeling of dread and the stature of cynicism that was created by what happened didn't end up to this point. Regardless of the uncommonness of shark assaults, and the prohibition of predation by people on the seashores, as beachgoers are still continually checking its presence, their underlying perspective on the shark as a fish might have changed perpetually. And everybody considers it to be a ruthless jaw in spite of the numerous endeavors of researchers to disperse this pessimistic generalization.